All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Entrepreneurial Center and Women's Business Center online training program. My name is Shelley McMillan. I'm the Marketing and Technical Assistance Program Manager, and I am just thrilled to welcome back Prati Kaufman, who has been just such a wonderful presenter for us in the past, so you are in for a treat today. But first, I'm going to just do a very quick introduction to our center, and then I will turn it over to the topic of the day. So we have a small but mighty staff here at the center. Our mission is to support, educate, and empower women and people of color to build and sustain their small businesses. And we live and breathe this mission. We're all very passionate about helping you to start and grow your small businesses. We have a lot of talent in this small staff. So we do that by helping you to fill the gaps. I mean, I'm a past small business owner myself, and I know there are so many hats that you have to wear every day just to get through all the ups and downs of business ownership. So we help you wear those many hats through the workshops that we offer. We have business advising, networking events to help make connections, and we have technical assistance. So our classes, we are always adding new topics, trying to see what is most prevalent in the need of our community at the time. And the best way to keep updated on what's coming up with our webinars is to sign up for our newsletter. That'll come out every Monday. Now, just by joining this class today, you'll be receiving our newsletter. See, and we do actually next Monday, we have a bunch of new May classes that we're going to be sharing. So small business advising, if you're ready for that, you can reach out to our main office and ask for an appointment. We have free business advising available for Connecticut residents and businesses. And our business advisors are just phenomenally talented. So it is very worth the time. We are also on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, and new Instagram. And best way to find those is again on our newsletter on Monday. All right, and at the end of the seminar or at the end of the workshop, when you close out, a new tab will open up that will give you a survey. Please take just a couple of minutes to fill that out. We are always working on making our program better and stronger, and your feedback really helps. Also, if you need any assistance, there's a section where you can say what you need, and our front office will reach out to you directly. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing. And I will turn this over to you, Prati. All right.
Shelley. So we have very tight time. It's just an hour we had. So let me start now. Let me share my screen and welcome everybody while I'm doing this. So welcome everyone. I'm so glad to have you all join. Please put your name and where you are from and what you do in a chat so everybody get to know each other. Today we're going to just talk about how to really set up a website that converts. Website is a sales tool. It is not just no brochure, right? When I see websites, most entrepreneurs, it seems like a digital brochure, but our website can be a very powerful tool in conversion. So I'm going to go through today 21 steps, and they're not major. They're very little steps, but that's really helps to create a website. And these steps have to be taken before creating the website. Let me move to the next slide. Okay, I have no idea what's going on, how to move this to the next slide. Technical difficulties, okay, yeah. So my name is Prati Kaufman. I am a marketing and human energy expert. I've been doing marketing for over 25 years. I mean, this is all I've done in my life. So I have two parts of my business. One is I do energy coaching to build a thriving business around the life. So it's really important to me that the business is built around my life. And I've done so. We have had 400% growth from 2020 to 21 while I work 3 days a week. So I'm really passionate about having entrepreneurs create a life they want on their own terms. Second part of my business has digital marketing agency, where we do strategic marketing consulting, website design and development, Instagram and Pinterest management. Sorry for all the mistakes in the spelling. It was so quick to put this slide, okay? Search engine optimization, email marketing, and content writing. So I have a team of about 7 women across the globe where together we come together to offer these services, women from Kenya, Philippines, Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, India, and a couple of more places. So that's what I do for living on a day-to-day basis. And I will be pausing for questions here and there. Okay, just a second. All right, so because it's a tight thing, okay? First thing you want to decide when you're building, like you're in need of a website, like, oh, I really need a website. And if you're just starting out, you want to decide, is it you who's going to be building this website or you're going to hire someone? Because if you're building the website, then it's better to go for something plug and play like Shopify, Squarespace, Wix. They make it really easy to create a website. They do come, however, with a lot of limitations, okay? So if your business, you plan to really grow your business massively, it's going to be very challenging to do anything on those plug and play websites. And if you're going to ask someone else to build, then it's best to interview at least 3 web designers and decide the kind of work they do and like shortlist people who are going to be building it for you. Second thing, and that's for people who decide a business name. If you already have a business name and if you don't have a domain name in the same business name, there's a problem. So in today's world, before deciding the name for the business, go and check the domain name and buy the domain name. And if you are confused, buy 10 domain names. It really doesn't matter. They're cheap and you can let go. But buy domain name before you start the whole branding process, because if you don't have the domain name, then you'll have to change pretty much everything later on. After you have, and remember, these are all tiny little steps before creating the website. Next thing you want to do is identify a hosting server. So typically on plug and play, they would have their own hosting servers. But let's say if you're using WordPress, now you will need a hosting server. For me, I do not recommend going for cheap hosting servers, because then you don't have good customer service. You can't reach out to them when you need them. So go for a good hosting server. I love personally SiteGround. That's my favorite, really great customer service. So easy to move with them. They send reminders. They do the backups, for a month for the website and all that. So these are the first 3 points. On and off, I'll be pausing to chat with you all, okay? And I will also be switching my screens to show you real life examples of how we actually do the work. So these are first 3 points. It's just having a little bit of hard time moving the slides. I have no idea why. Okay. Once you have done that, now the CRM. CRM is going to be really important because you want to create all your forms in the CRM. So when you're collecting emails, they go right to that. Now, CRM is basically a customer relationship management. For a really large forms, you can have something like HubSpot, right? That's really huge for agencies. And for smaller businesses, I recommend going with something like ActiveCampaign, which is just collect the emails, create the forms. You can create some basic landing pages. So I personally, again, I love ActiveCampaign. It's so easy to use. I am not a huge fan of MailChimp only because it's too complicated to me to use. So identify whatever CRM works for your business based on your needs. Sign up for that, because you do not want to build a website and create forms without having the ability to collect the emails. Now, have a clear visual branding. You've done this, you've decided your business name. This is going to be crucial, okay? If you do not have, so often people come and they just have a logo and they think this is my branding. No, a real branding looks very different. And I'm about to show you an example. And also understanding your photos, like we all have brand photos, whether if you are the brand, then you have your own brand shoot, or you may have photos you really like. You have to create a folder with the photos. That way, when web designers are doing the work, they have access to your brand photography. And I'm going to just quickly escape this. This is like stop. Okay, how do you do this? Just, all right, I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'm going to share again the different screen so that this is I can just give me a second figuring this out to make it easy for us. So if you go here, I'm going to share the screen. Okay, why is it not escaping? Okay, so when we are working with our clients, I just wanted to show you how it looks like. So let's see, healing hands. Come on, just keep going. Okay, so when we are looking, if you can see, there's a folder called branding and photos. And this is the branding we created. And here is a style sheet. So what we do is we make sure the logo is done, all the word marks, what are the colors we are using, and what are the fonts we are using. So this is all done already for the branding. And that's what it means, having the logo, branding colors, and your fonts totally defined on what, so that every place we use the same colors. And then all the logo files, you need to have them in color, grayscale, white. If you see the colors, use horizontal icons tagged. So like every possible way we can use logo, we save those files. So that's saving, your branding. You have to be very organized to create these websites. And these are like photos. So these are the photos created by, sent by client, okay? So these are the headshots of the client. So we keep doing it, but if you can see, like we save all the photos, okay? So that we are making sure our brand team have access, whoever you're hiring or you're doing it, you have access to these. Let's go back to the presentation now. Okay. And from current slide, all right. So one of the main things after you've done this, now decide what you want your website to look like. Do you want your website to be a digital brochure? Maybe you're not ready yet to make sales on the website. Then it's a very different purpose. All you need is a very simple landing page, which gives information to people and have them fill out a form or call you. Then you don't need to worry so much about, oh my God, how the customer journey is going to be, how the conversion will happen. And if you truly want to convert, then you have to think about your website as a sales tool, and then you have to map out the customer journey fully and then create a website flow based on that. So it's very important for you to know, what is it you want your website to do for you? Once you've decided that, go and research the competitor's website. And I am talking about, looking at some of the top websites in your industry. So out of, maybe I typically tend to do 5. So 3 will be like really top level. So like if I'm looking for a website, I'm going to go to like Tony Robbins, what is he doing? What's Deepak Chopra doing? Because that's the kind of place I want to create. And then I would also look at, some people who are right at the same digital marketing level, some basic, who are serving small businesses and what they are doing. And based on that, I really write down, what all the things I need to be thinking about when I'm building website. What are the elements I really like? What are the elements I don't like? What is it I need to make it my own? So researching, putting a lot of time will help you create a fantastic website for your business. Once you've done this, list out your offers and products. It's just literally listing out. I have, if you say e-com, I've got 150 products and this is what they are. I'm about to show you an e-com website, what it looks like, but we have listed out all the products, what they do, how they, so, and then working backwards on how will we display all that on our website. Yeah, just a second. All right. Okay. So now you've listed out your offer. So based on your offer, one of the best investment you can do is have someone research the keywords for your business. Because when you use those keywords in writing the copy, you're optimizing your website. I mean, that is one thing I don't think any small business owner take time to do because they think it's a waste of money to do keyword research, or maybe they don't know about it. But really think about hiring somebody professionally who have professional tools to understand your industry and give the list of keywords with the volume of searches. And we have done that actually for the Women Business Center. And I think it's really helpful in writing the copy that will resonate with the audience and also bring audience, your customer, to your website. Once you have done this, and I'm moving pretty fast here, because I also have written an article with the same details, and I will drop that link at the end where you can actually read that and kind of this exact same points, but they are really expanded, and you will have that to refer back to. Next thing you want to do is write content for each offered product with specific call to action. Now, let me show you how that works. Okay. Let's go back here. Okay. I'm just using one client for you to show you. I don't want to kind of confuse with too many clients here. So let's look at this. This is a website. So first thing we did was write the website copy final, and this is the home page. First thing we do is decide we decided on after the offers were final, the homepage navigation, home, about, modalities, free. So this was done. Okay. Once that was decided, we wrote the copy for each of that. Okay. So that was the copy. So if you look at it, it's with a very clear CTA. This is CTA's TBD here. And then, there's a next section and then CTA enroll now. And so this was done fully. And now we're still building the website, but it looks like this, the homepage. Based on the content we created, we have a really good UI designer which did that, and they designed it. So we wrote the content, everything designed, and then this design is done by the web designer who will be creating. Actually, web designers don't do designing. It's UI and UX experts who do the designing. The same thing we do for the services. So every offer, we would write everything down so let's look at one or two. Dynamic warm-up, okay? So if you look at this is name, what the banner copy is, what the CTA. CTA is a call to action, what I want people to do when they read this, okay? And then there's a copy, this is a CTA, right? This is a CTA, this is keep going, testimonial, so everything is mapped out. I'm not sure if they've done this, we're still working on it, so it's not fully done. Let's see if we can check this out, what they did. I don't think it's fully done yet. So if you look at it, so it's keep going, and then, this is a CTA, this is a different page, but you can see how it starts once we write the content. It's very easy for somebody to design and do the right thing, whether it's you or someone else. Let's go back to this, and I'm going to pause for a second to chat.
It's got my own name in it.
Anybody has any questions so far?
Okay, I love it. And I've been drinking a lot of hot water because hot water helps you lose weight, especially when you eat it. So this is perfect. I was like, oh my God.
You can use it with hot and cold.
I know. It's so beautiful. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. My daughter was the one who went and showed that.
Oh, that was
Somebody's talking. I'm not sure if they're talking to us or they're
Prati?
talking to each other.
Yeah, Prati,
Yes.
if you open the participant list, you can mute anybody.
Yes, that's okay. Listen, it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts.
Who is talking even? Okay.
Prati, can you hear me? This is Shelley.
Yeah, Shelly, I heard
If
you.
you-
Okay.
Yeah, if you open the participant list, you
Yeah.
can mute
I
anybody.
did mute. So does anybody have any question before I
Perfect.
go so far?
Yes, hi, this is Susan.
Yes.
I feel like I'm lost in this. I understand kind of what you're saying, but what I'm looking for is a more basic how to get started in the process of building a website. And, things like buy a domain name. Yeah, where do I go? How do I go about that? How much do I expect to spend? Before we get further down the line.
This is great. Yeah. So no, definitely let's do this. Okay. I'm going to quickly. So where do I go to buy a domain name? My favorite is GoDaddy. I will go back you're totally right. Let's go back to this. Okay. I will, just a second, if I only can find this. Sometimes this, like it doesn't show up here. Okay. So let's do this. Okay. You're totally right. Okay. Let's do this before, and then I'll take more questions. Okay. So let's
Thank you.
look at this. Okay. Buy a domain name. Where do you go? You buy your domain name. Okay. Typically I go to GoDaddy. Okay. For every domain name, because just they make it so easy to search. So I can search for anything even without logging in. So let's say I want something like business e-com. Okay. Right. That's simple, right? And I can just go search and see if it's available to me or not. businessecom.net, right? It's not, the .com is not available at all. Okay. They're saying only one available is business.com is taken. Okay. You have net available, you can have, so like, I don't want, if I don't want net or com, then I'm going to go look for something else. So that's how you find the cost is very reasonable. Typically they are like starting at 14, 17, depending on what you're buying. You can buy the domain name for a year, for the first year, under $20, easy. Okay. So that's how I find the domain name before I decide the picture, like anything. So I tend to buy a lot of domain name. Let me show you what I do. My product, I just tend to buy, if I have an idea, I buy before I don't even know when the business will start. It doesn't matter to me. I just keep buying it. So if you can see it, I have a lot of these domain names here. Okay. And not everything is in use. A lot of them are not in use. I just buy them because I think it's great to have. So recently we launched this website called Soroka. Let's see, this is all good. So Soroka loseinches.com is still, we are working on it. So this is called Lose Inches. But if you see, we bought so many domain names, Fat Loss, Bodies Clubbed, like everything possible. We just bought the domain names just to have them with us. Okay, so that's how I look at domain name. For hosting server, you can host with GoDaddy. You can just go and search with it. For hosting typically costs about $250 per year. Okay, I actually have to renew it. So I know that often because I was supposed to renew my own hosting. And that was around $250 for 2 years. Okay. And that's the website hosting. So how do you find it? I just go, if I have my clients, I either go with GoDaddy for the hosting or SiteGround. If someone else is looking for, you can Google, best hosting for the website, and you can get that. But if you're using Wix, Squarespace, any of those, then they will host it for you. So I hope that helps, right? The CRM. I tend to use ActiveCampaign. ActiveCampaign is typically $118, $20 for the basic plan. I love using it. It's make it very easy for me to do it. All my clients are on it. So like all of them are on it. Let's look at Illuminate Life. Let's see this. Okay. What's going on here? We have contacts, what the click-through rate is. It's so easy for me to use, even a person who's not a techie person. See, we already have the drafts going on. How to do this. This is the newsletter we sent. You can check, you can design. It's a plug and play. Where is the message? You can see the design. You can check everything coming up. So we design these emails and we send. So hopefully that helps. Alternative for GoDaddy hosting is called Site. Just a second. So this is, sometimes it just won't work. Okay. It's called SiteGround. SiteGround. I really love this one. I just love it because it's a great customer service. You can actually get somebody on the phone when you need someone to do that. So I love that. So that's the hosting, okay? And then again, the CRM, I am very biased with the ActiveCampaign only because the ease of use, but then different people need different things. Like Infusionsoft is really big for the big, like over $1 million businesses. They need that kind of a bigger software or a CRM. Visual branding, I've shown you how to do it. Now the cost can differ. It can go from $500 to $5,000 depending on who you are hiring. Photos, again, depending on the photographer you hire, where you buy, but there are a lot of websites which we do free photograph for the website. You can use that. But to do a brand shoot, it can cost a lot of money. So for this particular client of mine, we do shoot every quarter. We have people on the payroll to do this because it's a lifestyle brand. We have to have different photo for different seasons, and it can cost quite good. For the most coaches, I advise them to do a shoot every 2 years, and it can cost from like, I think, $3,000 to $5,000, maybe less if you're doing less photos. So I'm going to pause here and go through all the things. So this is all we have done. Research competitors' website, that was simple. And we were right here. So just a second. So I'm going to stop sharing. So is there any other question? Does it help what I explained?
Thank you. Yes, that was very helpful.
GoDaddy website builder. I personally like WordPress only because for me, business is about growth. And if I'm growing, WordPress grows with me. I've had a lot of clients who've come to me with the very basic, like, Shopify website. This actually e-com person came from Shopify. It's very hard to create a customized, like a website like this, which we created because we understood the customer journey. We wanted 3 banners. It's very hard to do that in Shopify. So GoDaddy is, I think, great for the landing pages, but I wouldn't build a website on a GoDaddy. Any other question before I move and talk about the other points? Website, for example, real estate. All right, let's look at this. There are a couple of websites you can go to, okay? I'm going to close this so that I have time to. Okay, I love going to Unsplash for the free photos. Unsplash, you can go and say anything real estate, okay? Real estate, and I can send this okay, and then you can see all the photos here for free. It's really great to do, it's all free. You just need to give the credit. Another one, good one, is Pixabay, I think. Pixabay. Pixabay is a great resource for the free photo again. They're kind of similar photos, and Canva itself is great for the social media. So those are my go-to for free photos. If I want to do paid, then I go to Shutterstock. Sometimes I just have to go to the paid one, and that's when I go to Shutterstock. So let me see if there's more chat here. I hope this helps. Just a second, I can't really read the chat. It's hard with the sharing. Okay. Didn't catch the name. Thank you. Okay, that's great. So let me go back to, and these are, so just a second, I just want you to know this is all written down for you. I know it seems like a lot, but once you start to do it, it's not really a lot, okay? Okay. So let's look at this, okay? Let me show you what happened. Okay, this is good, okay. So if you go to medium.com, okay, I can't move these things. So so I've written this full article here already, okay? I write for Medium, and this is what I do. I love writing and, teaching people, and most of these names are already here. Everything, I even have given, examples of what I use. So I will drop this link later. That way you have it and you can really refer back later on as you need, as many times as you need. So let me go back to the presentation, and I'll take more questions later because I want to make sure I finish on time. Okay, so the same thing, right? From current slide. Okay. So the next point, you want to do is, again, write your About Me page. This is going to be the most difficult page because we are so bad at talking about our own self. But you really have to communicate how awesome you are and why you're doing it. But make your About Me page about the customer. Why your experience and what you do, how does it help others, and what brought you there? So I always say your about me page is never about you. It's always about the customer. They just want to know how you can help them and why are you qualified to help them. So make sure that this page is awesome. This is every website I've done. This is one of the most visited pages. When people land, they look at the homepage, they go to about page before they even look at the offer, just so that you know. So it's the crucial page for your website. So another thing you will say, what is the call to action button? What do I map out? So let's say we are going here. Okay, I'm going to again escape. Okay. And I'm going to just give one example here. Here. So this is Healing Hands. Okay. So what happens, this is a book now, but let's say this is the call to action. We haven't fixed it, but if you go here, what do I do? So once they download, let's say, I can collect the email. Once the email goes to the customer service where those say active campaign, do we have an automated email campaign which will be sent? So we map every button out, every call to action button, we map out the full journey of it. So like once they download, like they will get probably 3 or 4 emails which talks about the book, and then they go into the nurture sequence later on, and what would they look like. So mapping out for the call to action, again, it helps you to write the copy for the website, for the emails, truly understand what customer wants by doing this, and also in selling. At the end of the day, we are here to make money. So that's how you keep on top of their mind, by mapping this whole journey out. So make sure you're doing that for each call to action button. They are not just like, oh, somebody downloaded, I'm happy. No, once they downloaded, what do I want them to do afterwards? Create a lead magnet for email collection. We should all have that. I mean, a lead magnet could be an ebook, a quiz, a free trial. I mean, there's so many ways to do it. And if you follow me on Instagram, I actually just did this on Instagram, like the lead magnets. I talk about these things. It's very hard to cover all the things in one go, but here are the 10 lead magnets for coaches and consultants. And I wrote all of them right here. Anybody can go and like look at this and create one of those. So simple. So I also talk a lot about marketing on my Instagram, just so that you know. It's all about marketing. So creating a lead magnet is important. What kind of lead magnet is right for you? Again, that you have to decide. Write an email copy that will be sent to users after they download the email. Like that is written down for us. So anytime, like if you go to my website, pratikkaufman.com, and download my ebook, you will right away get an email saying that I'm so glad you've done this. If you have any questions, so it's all written down, and these are all automated. That's why I never have to worry about what's going on if somebody downloads. Like I automate everything as much as I can for me, myself, and for my clients, so that we don't have to spend time doing this little admin task all day long. On the column side. Okay. So once you have done all this, now decide what I want to show on homepage. And I'm going to give you a really good example of how things evolve. So this is a website of my client right now. Okay. Jacqueline and Kane. Okay. And this is what it looks like. Okay. And we are like, okay, this is great. So, but now we know, after it's been over a year, and we know our customer journey well. We know what we are looking for. We have done the SEO. We have the analytics totally down. So what we have done is here, we want to see, just a second, client folder. And then I did this. So I'm very organized. I have a large team. So there's no option of not being organized for me. Okay, so this is the website 2022. These are the April changes. And we just doing the redesign for the new website. So if you can see, I did this first, so I wrote this down, that this is what the changes are going to be completely moving forward for the new website. So again, we are changing, evolving. So remember, your website is not like it's done and then it's going to stay forever like this. Once you collect data and understand your customer better, you may have to make some changes for a better conversion. And we are constantly looking at that and making sure our website is for a customer, not just for me to look, feel good about it. So we are constantly looking at it and changing things as we need. The homepage elements is really good, important, because that's where you think of your homepage as the window, right, to a showroom. You decide, looking at that, do I want to go in or not? So you really want to make sure you're doing a fantastic job of having this homepage, which is all about the customer. Last and not least, you have to know your payment gateway. Now, for small business owners, I recommend PayPal. It is expensive in the sense of the fees, but it's the easiest. They've made it really easy. Once you go into e-com and all, you may have to get someone better. But like for now, we are using PayPal for everything just because of the ease of use is worth paying them. Nowadays, you have Stripe as well. You have Venmo now, but Venmo is bought by PayPal. So when you have PayPal, you get Venmo. PayPal also have pay as you pay in 5 installments, I think. PayPal also does PayPal credit if people need financing. So they're just so easy. And I just sign up for that, mostly for everybody else, because you don't want headache when you're talking about payment gateway. You want to make it easy for your customer to buy from you. Once you have that, right, the forms, what are the forms? Let's look at the forms, okay? So forms are, I call it here, right? So let's say contact. This is a contact form. So you need to have all the things you want for the contact form, like definitely collect name, email, if you have any more information, what are the services you want. So these are the forms. So again, I tend to write copy for everything so that there's no confusion when we are building it. We know exactly what we want. So I do this for my website. I don't know why it keeps going down on its own. For my website, the contact form this is my download here. So if you download the ebook, I'm going to ask you for your first name, last name, email. That's all I ask. And then you get an email as soon as it's download. So this is a form. You have to decide on the content of what you want it to be. My content, the page for the messaging, for the contact looks like this. Okay, email, your website, and what services. So I know, why people are connecting with me, for what basis. So again, you decide the content, but it's good to have that written down and then give it to the web developer. And this form is created in ActiveCampaign. So anytime anybody, contacts me, the email automatically goes to my ActiveCampaign, and the person also gets an email that I will be in touch with them within 24 to 48 hours. So this is all mapped out. This is what it means to do this call to action button and decide what journey I want my customer to have. There are a lot of steps. Don't be overwhelmed. There are very little steps, but they really, when they are done, it's very easy to do one by one. So you just start from one. Like don't worry about so much. Like, okay, let me do one, the second, and it becomes really easy. Now, something as simple as that, save links to social media. I have a document where I make sure social media links are right. I cannot tell you how many websites I go to and social media links are either wrong or they are broken. It is the worst thing for me because I love to check people's social media out, and when I cannot get to it, like, it's very frustrating. And sometimes your social media may not be in your business name. Like for me, my all social media is Pratik Kaufman. It's very easy to find me, but if you have a different name for your social media than your business, now I can't even find you, even if I Google search somebody. So making sure that all the links on the website are correctly linked to the right social media channels is really important. Once, save everything. If you see, you've seen my folder, I save everything, every version. There's nothing which is not saved. And even you want to have the details from past year, even if it's archived, like, okay, what did my website look like 2 years ago or 3 years ago? How far I've come? Where am I today? I think it's really important to save all the information about your business. Oh, what happened here? Just a second. So these are the main, they are the 20, they are done with the 20. Now, 21, be patient. A good website takes 3 to 4 months to build. I know it seems forever, but writing content, choosing the photos, making sure each call to action button is working, doing the testing, creating the design. I mean, it is a massive work undertaking, but once done, if it's done right, it will create results, massive results for your business. You will get leads. I can tell you, if you can drive traffic to your website, the conversion is going to be very, very high here. So why I'm saying this, I don't have the SEO report right now, but like this e-com client for us, our conversion rate here is very high. And the bounce rate is somebody like who comes to the website and leaves. We only have 2%. Typically in e-com, the bounce rate is about 20%. 6% bounce rate is considered good, where 6% of the people come and leave without checking the website. Our bounce rate is 2%. I think it's because of the website design, the flow. We make it easy for customer to buy, find the information they're looking for. So it's just, again, thinking about customer. Look at the Shopee. It's so easy. They can click, they can shop. When you go here, you can go very quickly. You can compare, you can just buy. So again, making it easy for your customer to do business with you should be the main objective for your website. So I'm going to stop sharing now. I've got a lot of things and I'll take some questions. How can I link my MLS multiple listing searching into my website? You cannot, Edward, your question. You don't want to do, so Google hates when you do multiple things on all different pages, okay? So you just have to put it the right way. So I personally tend to use blogging to promote different things, okay? So if you go to the illuminatelife.com, we'll promote certain products in a blog. So we'll say, yeah, the best Mother's Day gift, and then we'll do the linking there. So it's really, you have to get very creative with the linking, because if you do too much, your customer is going to be like, why am I seeing the same information everywhere? And also it would be like, and Google won't let you come up in searches. What is a lead magnet? I think, George, I answered that. Lead magnet is anything, a freebie where customer would download or do something in exchange for an email. So that is a simple definition of lead magnet. Like for, let's say, what is the main thing we use a lot now? Everybody uses Zoom. You can do a free trial, right? That's a lead magnet. They let you do free up to a point, and then you have to pay once you really like it. Same is Canva. Canva does a free trial, and then you have to pay. Some people have free trial for a week. I have an ebook, which is my lead magnet. So different businesses need different types of lead magnet. E-commerce would have like the first time buyer discount. If you're buying, you're my first time person, like you get a 15%, 20% discount. Now that is a lead magnet. I hope this helps.
Hi, Paddy. Could I ask one more question?
Sure.
You had mentioned blogging, and did I understand correctly that you were saying don't try to base that as a part of your website, but do it elsewhere?
Blogging or website development?
No, that you were saying you were using blogging as one of your lead magnets, and I think I understood you to say that Google doesn't like it if you have that on the website.
No, Google doesn't like it when you try to put the same link on all different pages, right? So you use blogging. So blogging is really good for search engine optimization. That happens after the website is built. Today, we focus what you need to do to get to the website. Blogging is going to be the huge important way you can build links to sell different things, okay, which you cannot put it on website. Like I can't put 10 links for the same product on the website. Google doesn't like that.
So where would you do the blogging then?
For the search engine optimization, the more information I give, more Google will say, oh, you have great information. Somebody's looking, let's say somebody's looking for, how to sleep better.
What sort of platform?
Same platform, same website. So every website we have has a blogging, okay? So if I So let's go here. Okay. So we have blogs, Knowledge Center blogs. Okay. Here, this is a blogging. So we build blog here, right here. So we'll do like candle buying guide, choose a style and send 5 clever, bring to spring. So let's look at this. Okay. You'll see that we have done this, do some deep cleaning, do this. And do you see how we have added our Illuminate products here without saying anything, but introduce a mix of spring scents? So we are giving them suggestion how to do this, but we have brought some of the products in it. So if somebody is looking for, how to bring, spring into my house, hopefully we are thinking Google will pick this up, our blog, and show it to them. That means we are driving traffic to our website.
But I thought you had just said that Google doesn't like you to have too many links.
In the blogging, you can do it. You can't do it throughout the page, throughout the website. Like I can't have Illuminate Reef Diffuser displayed 6 times on the website pages. Blogging,
Got
I
it.
can do a lot of things.
Got it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any more questions? Again, I'm dropping the link for the Medium here for my article. Really, I've had so many people come and read this article and create websites. It is work, and they're like, oh God, it is so much work, in that sense, it's just preparing for a good website. But once they've done it, their website is just so amazing now. And it really helps to have that. So I'm dropping that link here for everybody if you would like to access. What are the most important thing on a website needs when you're first creating it? A clear vision of what you want your website to do for you. I think that is the most important thing to know, because if it's just a brochure, then you don't have to worry about so much what call to action will do and all of it. But if it's a conversion, then you have to look at customer journey, and it requires a lot of work. So really knowing what you want your website to do is the first step. And having a clear branding from that, having a look and feel which is on brand. How often should we write and post blogs? I highly recommend doing, at least we do for our client 3. I would love to do 6 per month, but sometimes we never have that much time. Ideally 4 at least per month to keep up with the search engine optimization and just providing value. But what is the most important? I know I give a lot of answers. At the end of the day, you need to decide like I write for Medium. A lot of people write for Medium every day. Okay. I do 1 article per week because that's all I can manage with my busy schedule. So you really have to look at your life. Like, remember, the business is to serve you and your life, not the other way around. Your life should not be serving the business. So you get to look at your life and say, what is the most realistic thing for me? And start with that. The idea is to be very, very consistent with it. It is a lot of information I crammed in less than 45 minutes. But again, some of them are just some very basic common sense things like save your work, right? That is having patience. I mean, these are just common things which we need to know. But look at that. It's like buying a domain name. That's easy. Once you go to GoDaddy, you just buy it and buy 5 of them for $100 and keep it till you figure out what is the name you want to do. So some require not so much work, but I think the main work, which is the most, requires most time for any good website, is the content creation and call to action buttons. What exactly are we doing, and having the right photos. I think that's where the maximum time we spend when we're creating website. Any other question? I don't know why my video was not on all this time. Sometimes this tech thing. Shelly?
Hi.
So I'm not sure if there are any more questions.
Okay, is everybody are you all set then?
Oh, there's a question. Sorry. How far out in
Oh,
advance do
okay.
you plan out content for updating the website? Can you help me understand this question? Is like updating it on a yearly basis or like regularly, or when we are creating the website? What exactly like the content planning is? Christine, if you can unmute and just speak, I think that would be great.
Hi, this is Christine. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. Thank you for the presentation. There's a lot of information I'm trying to go through. I've been working on my website for a while here and there, and I'm just wondering, I know the initial, you went through the initial planning here, but then you showed like the blog articles about the spring cleaning in your home and using different products. How far in advance do you plan out that new update? So is it like a yearly thing? You sit down in January and you say every quarter you're going to integrate new blogs and these are the topics? Or is it
Yes.
like a quarterly thing?
So it really depends. So I have blog writers who like, so for the February blog, they write everything in Jan and we publish in Feb, okay? But our topics come from the keywords, right? So we have a SEO expert who will give us, hey, these are the keywords which I think are going to be trending coming time. And then we use those keywords for our blogs. But ideally, you don't want to write blogs on the fly, right? So have at least a month worth blogs ready to go.
Okay, thanks. And could you just share how you find someone that can do that keyword search for you?
I mean, any SEO person can do it, but if you want to like, do you have my email? I can put my email. If you email me, I can give you some tools. So one of the things I use for free for now, like if you just want to do free, it's easy to do that. I'm going to share my screen. So anybody wants to learn, let's do the free version of keywords. I didn't want to go too much into it because it's a lot of information I already gave, but it's not a lot. Once you really look through it, it's just making check boxes that I have some of these content. Most of you would have these content already ready to go. I love Answer the Public, answerthepublic.com, because this is so cool. You can write, let's say what's coming up, Memorial Day. Let's say, okay. And then you just say what's going on, okay. What is United Kingdom? Why is United Kingdom? I want United States, right? So let's see what happens in the searches, okay. Memorial Day. So you can look at all this. Now it's going to take a bit of time. So there is one way to find the keywords. Okay. Another one, all you need to do is go to Google and you say small business. So you see how they are giving you ideas on what people are looking for. Okay. Small business challenges, right? So you can see all the keywords which are coming. Okay. Challenges 2021. So, okay, let's do more of that. Okay. Challenges during COVID, challenge on how to overcome them. So you can see all that. So that's another good way to look at the free way of the keywords. And Answer the Public is great. They do when, how, which. So we go there, oh, they delay my unemployment. So depending on your industry, you can find a lot of good topics here. They summarize it well, they compare, they look at everything, they even give you alphabetical things. So this is a great tool, Answer the Public. It's the limitations for the free, but I think it's still pretty usable, even as a free. If you do 3 searches per day, it's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't be overwhelmed with all these steps. I know it seems like, but it is not really. Once you start doing it, they are just really check boxes. And knowing that you have all the information in one place and not always looking for information, that's a waste of time and energy, always trying to find things half the time. And you can reach out to me anytime. I'm available on Instagram. I'm here. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm everywhere. And I love small businesses, and any way I can support. There's no way I can work with every single small business. So if there's anything I can help you with, I can answer a question, I'm here. Always just reach out to me. This is my passion, to really create a thriving small business community wherever we are.
Thank you so much, Prati. And I have to second that. You're just wonderful to work with. So, and have been a phenomenal resource. So,
Just a second, one more
I-
question. Best
oh,
e-com
you have one more
platform?
question? Okay, I jumped the gun.
So if you want to build everything on your own, hands down Shopify. You don't want to go on anything but go on Shopify if you want to do all the work. If you have a web developer to do it, go with WooCommerce. That's what I showed. It is WooCommerce, a lot more flexible, different designs, different templates. You can customize it. We can do a lot more with it. So that's what I would recommend. I have to say though, honestly, your questions make me realize like how much information I have gathered over the years. I did not know I knew so much. I'm not even kidding. Like it's just funny that how much you learn just building websites. So thank you for giving me a chance to present this information to you. And please go to the Medium article, 21 steps to build a website. Everything I talked today is all in there in detail for you.
All right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Prati, and thank you everybody for, sorry about that. Thank you everybody for joining us today. Just a reminder that as you leave the webinar, a survey will pop up. Please take a moment to fill that out. And also if you need any next steps, any extra help from our center on anything from meeting with a business advisor to questions, please include that in the survey and we will be happy to reach out to you directly. All right, and thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Prati, for joining us again. We look so forward to having you back again soon, and have a lovely day.
All right. See you guys. See you soon, Shelley. Thank you so much for managing this in the back.
Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye.